guys, welcome to Expand to the Cloud Brokerage. Today, I'm excited about introducing Shashank to the podcast today, eXp India. And obviously, we have, a big brokerage that's just opened up over there. This is Rummy from eXp right here from New York. I want to let everybody else introduce themselves.
Right, my name is David Upchurch. I am eXp as well in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Hey guys, my name is Kavita. I'm right here in New York, part of Rummy's team. So welcome.
I guess it was on the end. It's all kind of off. So Shashank, tell me more about yourself. Tell me, how long you've been in the industry in real estate in India, and what was your journey, and what exactly took you from going into the real estate industry and then joining eXp?
So absolutely, thank you, Rummy, for inviting me in this conversation. And namaskar to everyone. And we greet saying namaskar. And this is the tradition in India. And I'm really excited. After we launched in India, the response is amazing. And thanks to all our agent, our family, extended family, I can say, in different countries, and who are very supportive in expanding our journey in India. So about myself, I'll start quickly. So it's over a decade I'm working in the global real estate market. I started my journey from the capital itself in real estate industry, New Delhi. And with a developer, a local developer, we have launched a couple of projects in satellite cities for Delhi, which is Noida and Gurgaon. And I was handling their sales part. I was also handling their, channel partners association, agencies tie-up or brokerage tie-ups. And after that, I was there for almost 2.5 years. And then I switched my career to the finance side of real estate, where I started working with Cushman and Wakefield. So they are into corporate real estate. I was a part of corporate finance and advisory team over there. And we used to structure financing for all these leading developers. I closely work with, major investment banks, Canadian pension funds, pension funds from overseas, financial institutions here like banks and NBFCs and HNIs. So we used to, secure lending for them in terms of equity, debt, and, structuring the financing part. And then I have literally seen a gap in organized residential real estate market in India. And when it comes to the professional, agents in India. So during my tenure over there, I realized, there's a huge gap, and there's no as such international firm who are working here in the Indian market. There are so many companies in US, UK, like Remax, Coldwell Banker. Couple of them tried to enter in India market, but no one has seen, that kind of a success. And there are so many reasons to that, because franchisee model, they won't give you that support what the company can do. So for example, if you talk about these commercial real estate companies like JLL, CBRE, Cushman, so they are doing really good in India because the control is, it's owned by the company itself. It's not a franchisee. They haven't given up, that full control of the company or operations control to any random guy from the local market. And that maintains the integrity of a global company. And that's what I feel, there's a huge gap at that time. And especially when it comes to the luxury segment. So I identified that gap, and we started, bringing Sotheby's as a franchisee in India. When you talk about a ticket size of 2 million and above, there's hardly any broker, who's able to cater that market. So that was the vision, and that's how it all started. We were a group of bankers at that time, and they were very senior people like you all are there, and they supported us, and we finally we convinced Realogy to enter into the Indian market, and they have launched the Sotheby's International Realty in India. We started from North India first, and then we took the franchisee for the whole pan India level, and we started operations. In last 4 years, I can say we have sold one of the most of the prime real estate independent houses in India. 85% of the business was from India, and we have sold almost $1 billion transaction, $1 billion in India I'm talking about, which is around 8,500 crores. And I myself, in last tenure of I have sold almost some 1,600 odd crores of worth of properties. And the market is huge. The potential is huge. We are 1.4 billion. In terms of our population, we are 1/7. Can you imagine like most of the billionaires, what we have seen in Asia after China is Indians. And you can see, we have people who are the, most richest person in the world. So in terms of business, in terms of money, we have seen so many successful companies, successful entrepreneurs from India. And that is the biggest reason I can say, there's a huge potential. And especially when it comes to the residential market, people are looking for professionals like you, like me here in India.
Yeah.
And for example, at this, we are in 2020 now, and every family in India, like if I talk about upper middle class, one or the other family member are based any part of the world. Now we call it like global citizens. And there's a huge potential in cross selling, also cross border selling. If you talk about, these are people like Indians are buying everywhere, no matter. Now I can give you facts also, because I have done that in terms of brokerage. I have done so much of cross selling, and that's the biggest thing. What I can say as a potential in next 5 years as we grow, definitely we will see more traction in India also in terms of investment from NRI market, which are non-resident Indians, and the sweet spot is anywhere from 100,000 to 300,000. And this is something which any Indian who's living overseas for almost 3 years, he can easily invest. And that's a tendency, that's our mindset. We always wanted to connect it with our roots, no matter where we are living, and we wanted to have a small house. That this is a mindset of every Indian, because we respect our, and we call our land as our mother. So this is something which is in our blood. We cannot, change it. And that's the mindset. 90% of the people, no matter where they are living, they have to have a house or a small den or a place in India, no matter, because everyone has a, something. Whenever we go back, there has to be one place to stay.
Yeah.
So this is a simple thing. And if you see this as an opportunity, 1.3 billion, if I talk about like in terms of percentage, we are 15 million people who are living overseas. 15 million is something, man. 15 million, transaction, if you see eventually of the 5 years. So you can see, I mean, if you able to trap maybe a 0.1%, you will be home. No
Right.
matter we are buying or selling in US, or we are buying and selling in Delhi or NCR or any part of the country, right? So this is something which I have seen a gap, and this is where we started working. And it was a great journey, honestly speaking. And that's how I connected with Michael. And when I get to know about like Michael is going to join eXp, then that was the first time I heard about eXp model. And there is reason, like obviously everything happened for a reason. So I was in New York in December, exactly the same time. And I think it was almost the same time I was sitting in my New York office. And that day I heard about this thing. Okay, there are things going on, and maybe some of the people are going to move to some other brokerage. And then I get to know about this company called eXp Realty. So at that time I started doing my, some due diligence sort of things, because I also, as a person, I always curious about new things. And when it comes to technology, I hold a bachelor's in IT, like technology, like in India you will find. So that's the biggest profession
Everybody
you will
does.
find. Every young guy is an engineer in India. Or if it's not an engineer, he might be a CA. If it's not a CA, he might be a doctor. So this is, people call it illiterate, but I never seen I never come across countries like anywhere in the world where you will find so much of engineers, doctors, lawyers, chartered accountants. We are the most, I can say, like professionals or building machine in India. There are so many things to that. It's better we don't go there. But
Yeah.
yes, I started doing my, due diligence, and then I get to know about this interesting model. I really, got fabulous after seeing this kind of a model, because there's no something which is you are doing just from your brokerage. There are so many things, and everything is
So
legal.
I
The
want to I
company.
want to I want to stop. No, I want to slow it down because again, a lot of people are watching this. So thank you for your feedback, because I want them to understand now. The next step is, right, David? What was the reason that you had joined
Yeah.
compared to, other models that are out there? And I think one of the most important thing that I heard from this conversation was that the control level, right? It's
Exactly.
not with the franchises, whether Joe Schmo was given the franchise and he took it to a different direction and so on and so forth, or and because eXp is one brokerage and now becoming universal brokerage. So what attracted you about
Yeah.
eXp? And go ahead, David.
Yeah. I mean, that's Remy, that's my question is, what was it that you saw about eXp that you knew would work in India, and what, not only was it what was that for you individually, but what was it that you think other agents in India will see value in what eXp is doing?
Absolutely. So just to answer your question again, in terms of model itself, it's like unique, and this is the best model I can ever seen in my career, the whole career of last 11 years. And the good thing is, as Ravi also said, and as also I mentioned, the control, because we have a set level of services offerings the agent is getting, in Canada. He's the same, like same level of offerings he will get in India. Obviously the company, the CRM might be different, but the company core value, it's agile, it's, flexibility in working, in terms of technology, in terms of fun, which makes it very interesting. So that is something which company has maintained. They haven't diluted that thing. So most of these franchisee, they take, their profit from the upfront, like licensing fees only. So for example, we brought some franchisee to India, and we have paid a huge money for that, and on the top of that we need to pay on every transaction, and there's a royalty plus there's a marketing fees. So here what makes it very easyable, I can say, like easy or accessible for any agent to become a part of a global company, that makes it very interesting. And in India you don't have any licensing, everyone needs support, everyone wants to grow in their life. So that's the biggest thing. We are actually changing lives here. It's not about, we are doing a brokerage business, we are actually giving them support. We are giving them, providing them a platform where they can reach out to David, Rami, Kavita, they are sitting anywhere. We are providing them platform, they can reach out to any, they will become a part of EXP family. And
Yes.
we are opening the doors for them, the individuals. They don't have to pay or, invest a huge amount upfront in taking a global brand. So that is why I think this is the best model for India and the countries like India. We don't have licensing as such. That is highly unorganized market, I can say, I accept that. But on the other hand, there's a large possibility. We already have 20 million people who are connected with real estate industry. If I'll talk about 2 million professionals who are working, dealing in finance and sales side of it. So this is the maths I am telling you, and this is the opportunity what I can see. So 1 million agent, if I talk about, they are working in a proper, maybe on the payrolls, or maybe as a associate, or maybe as a broker in India. And they are professional people, they are working, they are highly educated people who are working in different markets. We have different, I can say, like small mini countries within India with different, local languages. So there are people who are attending this webinar, maybe, Ramesh from some part of the world, like country world choro. So, and Kavita is from different, and they speak some their native language. I speak Hindi. There are people who speak Punjabi. There are people who speak Kannada. So if you see about these, and the opportunities are endless here. So that is why I'm seeing. And when I see the growth of this company, so initially it took time, but after 2017, if you see the, the record and the growth of this company, like if you talk about shares, stocks, you can see. If you about migration of these agents, migration of these big teams, they are, migrating from KW, they are migrating for Remax, Coldwell Banker, Sotheby's. So this is something because the people who are experienced, they are experienced in the mature market like US, Canada. 40,000 agent is something, and which we talk about majority of them like in last 3 years. So this is something the company has already proven himself, if you talk about. And there's an opportunity in India where I can say this number can maybe, go to 10 folds. There's a high probability, like in next 10 years, the company will go maybe 100,000 in India only. You never know, because we have that kind of, potential here. And
So
in terms of competition, if you talk about, no Indian company has something, similar. Like even the closer, I can say, like domestic brokerages, they don't provide most of these brokerages. They work on, traditional brokerage model where you hire some people, and these are, educated people whom you are paying just peanuts, I can say, and they are working for you a day and night, and they don't even realize what is the worth of these agents. Actually,
so,
there's no
so
proper education system in India.
Hey,
So
Shashank, I have a question for you on that regards, real quick. So, what do you think, as far as your experience, 11 years over there, what do you think will attract agents in India where they are to EXP if you're talking about, maybe 100,000, joining EXP? What's the difference since you've sort of seen most of the models over there?
So absolutely, I'll tell you, there are two, three things. So obviously, it's kind of a mixed response when you talk about these agents, about EXP model. There is a high chances people don't adapt it because in India we have a parallel economy system, and being a company, we are 100% transparent and very well organized in terms of when it comes to the transaction, right? And those of you are here, they understand, the company, they have zero tolerance policy if you are not doing ethical practices. So this is one
Yes.
thing which is a major challenge. But having said that, there are so many people in India, educated people like us, they wanted to do neat and clean transaction, and they
Yes.
also wanted to deal with trusted real estate advisor. So personally, I have felt this in last 6-7 years. There are huge clientele who's looking, no matter they are buying a like 5 million property like Indian rupees, or they are buying 50 million Indian rupees property. So no matter, they are looking for an advisor who can guide them. They are just not looking someone who just sell the property and go. There are so many things happen in Indian market, where these agents, they make margin in transactions, right? And ultimately it's a loss of seller, and loss to the buyer also. And the sentiments, because, and these kind of people actually spoiling the market. And that is why the company like EXP, when there, where there is 100% transparency, we are providing everything on records. It plays a crucial role. Even our government is also trying to make this industry organized, and that is why they have introduced RERA, for everyone's knowledge. So we don't have licensing as such in India. So but what happened in 2017, the government came up with a regulation which is called Real Estate Regulatory Authority. So every state has their a separate authority entity, because property is a state affair here in India, like in US. So the laws and revenue are different, the taxation is slightly different, more or less is same. There's a hardly any difference, maybe 0.5 or 1% basis, like basis points difference. But they have introduced RERA in all states. So first reason is to, first they have implemented on the developers who are developing in affordable segment, mid segment, just to gain the trust of the consumer. So that is the biggest, I can say, move from the government in terms of initiative to make this industry organized. And then what they have done, they have introduced RERA for the, like, compulsion of RERA on the agent side also. Like for example, if I wanted to sell a project or a new development property or apartment in a new development or a off plan property, I have to present my RERA license number to the developer. Then only I will be able to receive the commission. So that is the biggest thing. But still, people are, because this comes with a cost, you don't have any education, you just need to pay fee to the government, and there are set of documents you need to present, and also you signing some code of conducts and ethics if you are becoming a RERA agent. But people don't read, as I mean, there are tendency of people. So if I talk about only 10%, like maybe less than 10% of the real estate agent are able to secure, because it's not mandatory as such as on date. But as we grow, maybe in next couple of years, or maybe in next 5 years, we will see it's more, I can say, strict, and everyone will be required a RERA license. So this is the same. First, they have implemented for developer, then this is for agents or brokerages. Now most of these domestic players who are working with a team size of 300, 500, and by the way, I'm telling you, the biggest team in India, the domestic player, they are having 3,500 agents. So
Wow.
just for reference, 3,500 is something. And these are just domestic. They have created the company, I think they have formed this company 10 years back. That's it. And there are companies who formed like 5 years back, and they have a employee size of 1,500, and there's a agent who are working as an associate with them around 700, 800. So you can see in 5 years they can build a team of 2,200 agents, because there's a huge demand. Every Indian, this is a dream of every young boy, to get married, to buy a car, and to buy an apartment or a house. It depends like how much you are making.
So I had a question for you. So if we go back and kind of bring this kind of together. So what does EXP look for? Obviously, there's no rules or licensing in India. What is EXP looking for in an agent in India right now, and what are they offering? And I just want you to explain it because we know over here, but somebody who's listening to this in India and building a career, because I know, this is an opportunity to build your own business. That's why I look at it without having the overhead or, like you said, expenses being brought into buying a franchise and so on. So as a Indian agent, what does EXP is looking for? What do they offer? And what is the process or any kind of education process that's mandatory?
Absolutely. So we are actually, targeting the professional ones to start with, because these are the torch bearer for the company in India. And we also wanted to partner with good people, no matter whether they have a real estate background or not, but at least they should understand, professionalism, the code of ethics we do have. And we are looking for, people who wanted to grow in an ethical manner. We are not looking, someone who, like most traditional brokers are doing, right? This
Right.
is one thing. Second thing, what we are providing, just to answer that, so being when we enter to the market, so before launching we have applied RERA license for brokerages for 12 states out of 32 states. So the good thing about the company, we are going by each and single compliance we are fulfilling, and no other brokerage in India as on date are in the position to obtain these kind of licenses. Our target is to take 22 states license. So for example, if a agent is onboarding with us, doesn't require to be a RERA certified agent, and he can have the opportunity to sell in 22 states, doing brokerage in 22 states. Not only in India, he's having an option to sell across the globe. He can reach out to any other agent like you, licensed broker. You guys are licensed broker in US, Canada, and different part of the world. So he can maybe able to cater his client any part, and we are going all legally. That's the biggest advantage, I can say, which we are providing. Apart from that, we don't have MLS as such here. So most
Yeah.
of these brokers ended up paying in buying listing, like you have MLS subscription package just for listing distribution, because you need to generate some lead on your property. So what we have done a pan India, like India level, the country level tie up with companies which are the leaders in terms of listing distribution here in India, which is 99acres.com. So if you see the market share, they have a 65% of market share. We have done our analysis, and most of the listings, they have, I can say, maybe 6.5 million properties on their portal, and which is huge, and this is a pan India presence. So what we are going to do, we have already done a tie up. So the agents who are joining as EXP, not only he can post their property on EXP platform, we have a CRM designed in such a manner it will distribute among these channels also. So 99 acres is the top one, which we already the system is live. So whatever listings we do have, it's reflecting on other portals as well. And then we are going to tie up with the second largest, which is already in process, and this is going to start by end of January. And that's the biggest thing. So for example, if you talk about any agent now, if they wanted to purchase 500 listings for a quarter, like 3 months time, he ended up paying some 70-80,000 for 99 acres only. And if he wanted to take Magic Bricks also, I don't want to name that, but yes, the other portal. So they ended up paying, another 50,000. So 120,000 just in buying listing. That is for a particular state or a city. And here what we are providing opportunity for pan India, like all India level. So you can post any property in Goa, Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, anywhere where we have, RERA license. So this is something which we are providing, and we are providing support to them to start, growing in their business. Apart from that, our CRM itself is in terms of offering, no other company is providing this kind of tool, because getting a CRM implemented, it comes with a cost. And when you talk about real estate, there are so many costs involved into that. You have to have a marketing guy who can generate leads for you, who you have to have an admin, accounting, finance, office boys. So there are so many things which we are
Yep.
literally bringing down. And that is why we ended up paying 75% from the day one, and there's a flexibility of getting 100%. So opportunities are endless, and there's no reason one should not join EXP. And that is why we are seeing so amazing response here. Like, it's been a month only since we launched, and we have 2000 plus inquiries. I personally have attended, or spoken to in webinars. Like every day I am doing a webinar at
Wow.
certain slot with a bunch of people. And every fortnight basis, we are doing, a webinar where we are addressing 200, 300 agents at a time. So you can see the potential. There is an eagerness to know, and obviously it's an individual's decision. We are not influencing anyone. We are just, telling them like what we are bringing on the table. If one likes it, they can come and join us. So what we have seen in US, there are people who have missed the opportunity, back in 2013, 15, that when there was a number of around 2,500. In 2017, I was literally amazed after seeing the number, it was around 3,700, October 2017. And October 2020, we were having 38,000 agents. In 3 years, those people who has missed the opportunity, the stock price was 30 cents at that time. Today, it was 72.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
those
let's talk
people.
about that. So just sorry to cut you off. Let's talk about that. I know David and I we're just having a conversation. It's a life-changing experience for us. Being independent brokers, not getting, I was with Keller Williams, Century 21 and Exit. And with eXp, it's literally becoming a life-changing, not just for, I think, immediate me, my whole family too. And I'm guessing, is that the same thing that's happening in India too? They're offering the same thing, same stock options, revenue share?
Absolutely. So Rami, you are
That is
absolutely
awesome.
correct. That's the vision of the company. And that is why in initially, I said like our core values remain the same. Our offerings is exactly the same because of different, economics. We have some different model in the sums like payouts. So in US, you have 80-20 split. In India, we have 75-25 because of, international market. So we also need to understand the economics. Also the costing comes with. There are so many tie-ups. The company has like spend a huge amount of money in opening any country, and just to make or support other agents who are working in US, Canada. So now you have a better reach to India also. So for example, Rummy, Kavita, you are there. You can reach out to any, a person, and you can directly say, okay, if you want to buy a house, go to any EXP agent. Because why you are recommending them? Because you can expect the same level of service, and that is what company try to maintain. It's all company owned. Whatever you are getting revenue share, we do have like split of 75-25 here. The monthly cloud fees is the same structure here. We don't have mentorship program here yet as of now, but yes, it's going to be implemented as we grow, right? In US also we have started after some time. So the idea is to train these people. We also have a training program, and also we do have a EXP university access. We also have the same access what you guys having over there. And also in terms of agent equity program, yes, we are offering the same thing. This is the first time any company is providing in India, and we are literally, getting approved from these regulatory bodies. And 99%, 99.9% is done. We are working on the structuring here, and we are like confident we will be able to provide that also. So can you imagine, you are investing a company which is listed in NASDAQ, you are based out in India, no matter whether you are recruiting people or agents in Canada, Australia, United States. So this is actually, in terms of opportunity, I can say the company has created something which no one has ever seen. And that is why we are saying, experts are saying it's Amazon. Why they are calling Amazon? Because this is a pioneer in the industry. So that is what I can, and that's the biggest reason I personally liked about the model. And that is why I have switched my career to, EXP. And I was really excited from the day one, and took us so much of time in launching. We were planning to launch back in, I think, May, but because of some reason, it got delayed. Then everyone knows, because of pandemic. And that's how. And obviously in India, you need to fulfill compliances. So it got delayed, but yes, we ultimately launched on our deadlines. And no any country, like no any company, I can say, have launched 5 countries in 2 months time. This is something which we have broken all records of any company in any sector. You can go and check. No one has done that, and we have done that without even, taking any flight, or I can say without onboarding any plane.
Yeah.
That's the biggest, that's the
beauty,
biggest
right?
advantage.
That's the beauty.
Yeah.
That is, you can see.
I mean, and I think that, just talking, because I have a lot of family in India too still, and we actually have a lot of land and houses, and it's always scary to find a professional individual. And I think that you really kind of made that point that it's for professionals, especially for like somebody like somebody like us that, who are sitting here that need the professionals that are over there. And obviously, what goes on in India, and bringing that all together with a company that has international support. So, which is awesome. I want to wrap this up, guys, because I just want to make it absorbable. There's a lot of information here.
I'm just amazed by all the numbers that
I am amazed and excited and just absolutely know. I try to meet the brokers for these individual countries, and so I've met. I think you're the last one I've met, and you continue to do what the others have done, and it massively impressed
And
me.
David, this is a life-changing moment for you. Start recruiting in India.
It is. I tell Rummy all the time, I'm from Indiana, so I'm almost. We're almost there. But no, seriously, massively respect. Absolutely no doubt in my mind, eXp got the right guy. I love what your vision is, bringing some professionalism to the industry there. And listen, we here in the States, we need that too sometimes. I tell people all the time, I'm a professional real estate agent, because there are some agents that aren't. And I so definitely love the fact that you're wanting to bring some professionalism to the industry. And I think you've definitely connected with the right company.
Yeah.
So,
and welcome.
One question before we all log out. Shashank, what would be one advice for a brand new agent in India as to why they should go with eXp versus any other brokerage?
Because they kind of, the vision and the technology. So for example, if you talk about any brokerage, so I can say, or maybe, we can put it on paper also, like 5 year. Earlier I was thinking 10-year down the line, but now I can say like 5 year down the line, everyone has to migrate into the technology, because this is the future, and everyone wants to work in terms of flexible hours, right? So for example, the companies now, most of the companies, they have started saving on their real estate cost, especially the commercial market, because I keep on, most of these MNCs in India, they have actually consolidated the space. They are migrating from a traditional office space to a co-working shared spaces. So there are so many things if you see, and this is all driven by technology. No one has imagined that this is a possibility. Okay, one office, there are 10 companies on one single floor. No one has imagined that concept, but someone has implemented that. And this is something which eXp also catered, and no one has imagined, okay, brokerage can be happened virtually. One can sit, like, you must have, all of us has attended eXp Con recently, and we have seen 17,000 agent at a time. Can you imagine, you need to book a stadium at least to host these kind of people. And we were doing, a flawlessly. We were addressing these people, no matter, where we are sitting. So for young people, we have a training program. And if you want to start your career, so I learned, through my career, if you work with honesty and you create value, you will stay long in the market. If you try to make money in a single deal, you're not going to make it. Maybe that deal is a last deal. And if you want to learn from the professionals, what we have in our global network, so I think this is the biggest platform, and your investment is just nominal, 2,500. It's the cost of a pizza here.
Yeah.
So I can say that, I mean, this is something which anyone can afford, and you are actually investing it. And whenever you are making money, you are just sharing your split from the money you made. Nothing, you have put it from your pocket. And 2,500, I can happily, maybe if 25,000 and I want to learn about the industry, definitely I will join, companies like eXp and grow myself.
Right. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys. Anybody last questions? And I really, really do appreciate you. I think we're gonna have a little bit more webinars down the road. We're gonna, share this with anybody that's out there, guys. Share it. Let's grow this company. I think we are all one now, as eXp is a one motherboard, and we could all benefit from this. I know I have, my family has, and now the opportunity is there for Indians all around India too as well. So Sean, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Like you.
Thank you,
Thank
Shashank.
you.
Take care, guys.
Yeah,
Bye.
bye.
Look forward to working with you also. I just wanted to make one last thing. So we are doing another webinar, which is going to be in Hindi, the local language. And this is going to happen on Monday, 7 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So those who wanted to attend, this is going to be on Workplace Indian announcement also. So one can go and register themselves and they can attend the session. We will explain, everything or our offerings, our model
Yeah.
in brief there.
Yeah, we would love to
Looking
have
forward.
that. You could just send that link or registration or let us know. I'll have a couple of people on too as well.
Absolutely. So thank you
Alright.
so much, guys.
Awesome.
And thank
All
you
right.
Thanks,
for
guys.
Thank you.
this
All right.
pleasure meeting you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.